You're watching Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse on ESPN, presented by our official climate finance partner, Aspiration. Time to take week 2 under the lights. USA Lacrosse HQ in Sparks, Maryland is home base for a matchup that pits Team Marino against Team Colson. If you're new to Athletes Unlimited, well, where have you been? Let's get you caught up on how it's done. 56 of the best in the world, battling to be the one individual champion. The points add up quickly with a unique scoring system over a very busy weekend of play. A very pleasant welcome to you, along with Courtney Martinez-Connor, a 5-time national champion in Maryland. I'm Joe Beninati. Court, is it right, 1 week into this new season now, they have that under their belt. Should the players all feel a bit more comfortable about their games?
You know, they should feel comfortable. Week 1 was about learning the Athletes Unlimited system, the fact that they have to get to know other players quickly, but then we decided to shake things up with a new draft.
So we are about to reintroduce you to the 4 captains, 3 of whom are very familiar. One who is a newcomer to the captaincy this year, but stresses the defensive end.
That's right. Lizzie Colson is the new captain this week, but she is no stranger to being a captain in past seasons. All 4 of these captains have chosen a different style of team, and it's just a matter of who comes together the quickest.
Taylor Marino, the reigning champ in Athletes Unlimited, she looked primed for a repeat by her actions last weekend.
Taylor Marino is so fun to watch on the field, super athletic, incredibly calm in goal. She has such quick reactions in the net. The ability to stop the unsavable ball is what she does best, as well as starting the offensive transition. So
when Taylor put her team together this week, she recognized a couple of defensive standouts.
Defensive standouts for her, Caroline Wakefield, Abby Bosco. These 2 players are great 1v1 defenders. They transition the ball with their speed. They're tough and aggressive, exactly what you want in front of you.
On the other side of the coin, Lizzie Colson's been a captain in the past. The pressure won't be new to her. In fact, her own game revolves around pressure.
A lot of pressure. You have to be athletic to do that. Be aware of those around you. Truly dictate what you want those attackers to do. And Lizzie Colson, she leads by example.
Captain Colson has assembled a very stout defense for her team.
Lizzie Colson, not surprised that Meg Dowdy, Emma Trenchard were 2 of her picks. They all play on Team USA together. They won gold last summer. But Katrina Geiger, she fits seamlessly with this group because she's a disruptor on defense. She causes turnovers just like they do.
Maria Tribal Piece having fun on the sidelines. She has more on the resilient Katrina Geiger.
Katrina Geiger was actually a midfielder when she entered college, but after a few injuries, she decided that she would have to transition to defense, and she's loved it ever since. She said when she was a midfielder, she liked that side even better, and she loves it the way that the defense goes a little bit unnoticed, and she wants to keep playing it here in Athletes Unlimited.
Maria Katrina Geiger is a player who has battled her way through so many injuries, past surgeries, and recuperations. She is a determined individual. She wants to say, you know what, if I'm going to go out, I'm going to go out on my terms as we get set for the opening draw in this one. Team Marino in gold, Team Colson in the purple. The officials, Patty Kletcher-Porter, Ronnie Anton, Devin Holcomb, and Liz Brush, with Lynn Bowers, as always, at the table. 2 points available for the draw control, and it comes up for Kenzie Kent. In Athletes Unlimited, the rosters are 14 players per team. We play 10 on 10. It's 80 yards from goal line to goal line. There's a 60-second shot clock. There is a 2-point arc. It's 8 meters from the netminders. If you score from behind that arc, you'll get 2 points for the team and 16 for yourself on the leaderboard. We'll be pointing your attention to our overall leaderboard and in-game leaderboards throughout the festivities tonight. Kenzie Kent under control. Looking for Van Thoff, that'll get away. Taylor will chase it down. Taylor Van Thoff in her 3rd season of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Charlotte North on the go. North hesitates. She had 8 2-point goals last season, did North. She led the league in overall goals. She forced that pass there. It's a turnover that's claimed by Lizzie Colson. And away comes the team in purple with Marie McCool hitting the Jets. McCool looking for the fast break. Nice catch. Mastriani! She scores!
Defense wins championships, and this is why. Directly translating into an offensive goal. Ali Mastriani working with her UNC teammate. But we see Lindsay McCone with the check. Captain Lizzie Colson picking up that ground ball. And then the speed of Marie McCool. She knew Ali Mastriani was coming on the scene with some speed, some power, some determination. And that nice transition from defense to offense puts Team Colson on the board first.
Mastriani coming in off of a big game. As you can see at the bottom of the screen, she had a goal and 2 assists against Team Reed back on Sunday. She was the #1 overall pick in the draft. The new captains pick their new teams every Monday. Mastriani heard her name first, joining Team Colson. A draw control for Team Marino, and Kenzie Kent jogs it back ahead. Just getting going. Second of 2 games today. Team Apuzzo getting a win over Team Reed earlier in a white knuckler that came down the stretch. Taylor Marino, her team in gold. It was the netminder Marino who set the pace on the leaderboard after week 1. Apuzzo has overtaken her for the overall lead at the moment. Ball down, Katie O'Donnell there. And Courtney, I thought O'Donnell was very good in week 1 of the season.
She was. She definitely came out with a vengeance, especially in that 3rd game. She had gotten a red card early on, and that almost sparked her just to have a little bit more determination as if she needed it.
They scrap for a loose ball in front of the keeper, and it's controlled by Kaylee Waters, who gets the start for Team Colson. The outlet picked up by Marie McCool. McCool, who is so great around the draw circle. She had 5 draw controls in 1 game last week as they spot Kylie Oldmiller back behind the cage.
And rightly slow as they're slowing things down. You want to make sure that you have any mismatches first. That's who you want to take on in those one-on-one situations. Otherwise, get people into their proper places offensively where they're going to be most successful.
Oldmiller forcing that pass to the inside. That was a tough catch. Bosco was right there on Andy Aldave. There's a whistle.
This is going to be our first free position of the game. Andy Aldave, quite the shooter from inside. She needs a quick start from this line to beat the defenders to her left and right.
Aldave had goals in 2 of 3 in the opening weekend. Here she'll play a little game of one-on-one against Marino. You'll watch it all shape up from the end zone. Aldave cranks and scores!
It was almost like her UNC past teammate, Taylor Marino, wasn't even set and ready. Soon as that whistle blew, Andy Aldave knowing exactly where she's shooting on that. I'm sure they saw that countless times down in Raleigh. Andy Aldave extending this lead to 2 for Team Colson as they are dominating here early in this first quarter.
Just shy of the 3-minute mark with Aldave backing up the Mastriani goal. We remind you that for every assist during this year's Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse season, Aspiration is committed to planting 10 trees. Stay tuned throughout the season, see how many trees will be planted, thanks to Aspiration's support. Mastriani and Vanthoff inside of the draw circle. Couple of goals for Team Colson, just about 100 seconds apart, as we're just getting going in this, our 2nd game of 2, game 8 of 24 on the season. Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse Season 3. Just a reminder, championship season number 4 for Athletes Unlimited Softball gets going tomorrow.
The battle at the draw circle is a tough one. And when you think about that, it's just 2 points when you win possession for your team, but it means so much because the ball is in your stick. You're the one with the opportunity to shoot every single time. I know players have described it as a bloodbath in there for who gets possession.
6-on-6 at this end of the field for Team Marino in gold. It's the rookie Hannah Dorney who has it, 44, fresh from Notre Dame. She'll skip it on through for O'Donnell. O'Donnell isolating, lets this one fly wide of Waters. In lacrosse, on a shot closest to the ball, where and when it leaves the field gets possession. This stays with Marino. O'Donnell inside, she scores! Katie O'Donnell.
Katie O'Donnell with the hesitation. She's putting Team Marino on the board for the first time today. We see that she froze her defender there for a second. Before she decided to see that open lane. Over the head check, she protected her stick. Again, aggressive defensive play, but Katie O'Donnell handled it oh so very well. And as she has closed the gap.
O'Donnell was a number 4 overall pick back on Monday when the captains chose their new sides. Marino chose Katie O'Donnell with her first selection. Their number 9 pays it back, cutting the Colson lead in half. As they fight for this draw, it comes up in favor of Team Marino. Time for a chair chat. Livy Rosenzweig is with us. And Livy, what was it like to play in your first game as a pro?
It was a lot of fun. It was really fast-paced, and it was a lot. But I'm really excited to get back out there on Saturday and try to help my team win. But I'm just really happy to be here, and it was a lot of fun. I loved it.
Livy, you took a lot of draw controls and 1 possession for your team. What's the key to that?
I think just a lot of repetition. You know, my coaches at Loyola taught me so much about the draw. Dana Dobie specifically is a draw queen, so I'm just really lucky to have learned a lot of skills and techniques from her. And I think just being confident with your abilities and just repping it out when you have time really helps. And a lot of wrist strength, a lot of wrist speed, and all that kind of stuff.
Beautiful goal by Kenzie Kent, fidgeting back behind the cage and tucking one in. Livy, you just mentioned one of the game's all-time greats, Dana Dobie. How much did she mean to you as a player?
Yeah, she's the best. I mean, like, not only just watching her, but also being coached from her. She has, like, one of the best minds about lacrosse, and she's such a competitor, and she really instills that in all of her players. And she's just a great person, and she's so much fun to be around, and I've learned a lot from her, and I'm just so grateful that, you know, our paths crossed and that I was able to go to Loyola and that she recruited me and that Jen recruited me. So, yeah, she's the best, and she's, like, an all-time great, so.
Livy, what's the biggest difference coming from the collegiate game and then into Athletes Unlimited?
I'd probably say the physicality. As you could probably tell during that game, I definitely wasn't used to it yet. You know, when I'm dodging, I have to be more prepared for the crashes and for a foul. That would be a foul in the collegiate game not to be called here. So I think that just getting my footing with that is going to be the toughest part for me. But hopefully I can, with some more games under my belt, get a little bit more used to that.
Marie McCool just took a 2-point shot that was rejected by Taylor Marino. 5 points for every goalie save in Athletes Unlimited. Livy Rosenzweig is joining us for a chair chat. She plays with Team Reed this week as Kenzie Kent works back behind the cage. 2 goals in 56 seconds for Team Marino, knotting the score up at 2. Livy, Courtney mentioned about your fondness for taking the draw. What are some of the secrets that you can share with the young athletes out there as to how to get better and better with draw control?
I think trying to keep it as close to you as possible. Try not to worry about the circle as much and just focus on yourself and your techniques, and self-drawing is the way to go. And then if that doesn't work, pushing it to the outside in the circle. But I think a go-to should always be a self-draw, and the more that you can practice that and get better at that, I think the better that you'll be.
Caused turnover, 14 points for Marie McCool as she glides back to the offensive half. You have 20 seconds to clear the ball in Athletes Unlimited.
Livy, as a player on the field, you have some ex-teammates from Loyola that you had talked about. To be able to step on the field with them again here in Athletes Unlimited, the only women's pro league that there is. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I think it's so special, and unfortunately I didn't have any Loyola girls on my team this week, but I'm hoping in the next coming weeks I'll be able to step on the field with them. But even just playing against them, like tonight playing against Katie Glennon and Katie Detweiler was so much fun, and I just feel really lucky that I'm given this opportunity to play with them or against them again, because you don't think that's going to happen, and then it does, and then it's so exciting. So I've been loving being able to be around them again on the field.
Livy, thanks very much. Go Greyhounds.
Thank you.
Livy Rosenzweig joining us for a chair chat. 3 minutes to go in our opening quarter. Deadlocked at 2 apiece. There are 20 points on the line for the team that wins the quarter. Everybody on the roster, all 14 players, would get 20 points to their leaderboard total. Garrett working goal line extended against McCone. Lindsay McCone, one of the co-chairs of the Player Executive Committee. Players run the show in Athletes Unlimited. Charlotte North, an acrobatic backhand shot on her way down to the deck. She didn't find a home there. And it is Waters who comes up with the scoop.
And one thing I've taken notice of, Team Marino choosing to have a lot of their challenges from behind the goal at X. Obviously, that's where Kenzie Kent scored her last goal. And clearly on the flip side, Charlotte North, they both love to be back there. I'd like to see some two-man game, them working together. They're both great with their isolation dodges. But imagine the two of them with Alex Oss to feed inside.
Time's wasted now, court now in the opening quarter. Levy spots Oldmiller. Kylie working in against Wakefield. That submarine shot just sailed high. Backed up on the end line by Nicole Levy. Levy, who contributed mightily in her first week last week, her third season of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Ball down off the turnover. It is Wakefield who comes up with a scoop. Caroline Wakefield, who set a record in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse last year when she had 6 caused turnovers in one game. Bosco brings it ahead for Team Marino in gold. Final 90 seconds of the opening quarter.
Not surprised that they have the ball in Charlotte North's stick. All eyes are on her. She can draw a double team.
Alex Ost-Holman playing back behind the cage, feeds it inside. Kenzie Kent was robbed there by Waters. Kaylee Waters slamming the door on the short side and sending away the captain, Lizzie Colson, in the final 60 seconds of this opening frame.
You know, if Team Colson doesn't come up with a goal on this last possession, it could potentially end in a tie, so no team earning the 20 points and those points getting pushed to the second quarter.
It would be a carryover. Here's Mastriani on the flip. Working in, it's McCool. Held up there by the rookie, Moreau. Very impressive was Amy in her first weekend as a pro last week. Shot clock's at 20. McCone straight away against Garrett. Lindsay McCone feed it inside on the front swing. That was snared. Nicely turned over there by O'Donnell. 14 points for her on her leaderboard tally in the final 18 seconds of period 1.
It's the little things that Katie O'Donnell does on the field. She's so very consistent. Her efforts don't go unnoticed on the defensive end nor the offensive side.
Got a whistle here. Possession goes back over to Team Colson in purple. The offside will result in a player up with just 7.5 seconds in the quarter. 10-minute quarters in Athletes Unlimited. After the green card, we're going to step away, get you back for the conclusion of the opening quarter. Not very much left in it. Marie McCool and friends in a 2-2 deadlock. Tied up at 2 apiece very late in the opening quarter with Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse on ESPN is sponsored by Aspiration, a global leader in financing climate impact. Folks having a good time. Players in the stands too. I see Sam Geyers back there with a score tied up at 2, potentially a carryover of points. Those 20 that are available for winning the frame could carry over to make that second quarter worth 40. We mentioned that the new captain's draft on Monday. Ali Mastriani, we've seen her take effect, scoring the first goal. She was the #1 overall pick. And then another thing that caught our attention, Courtney, were the rookie defenders going back-to-back.
Abby Bosco, Katie Detweiler, the fact that they were able to cause a lot of turnovers in week 1 didn't go unnoticed. Captains had an eye on them. Even though they're rookies, their play is aggressive, it's fast, it's quick. They take risks, and that's exactly what you want as a captain.
Abby Bosco getting back to the field. Just a little less than 8 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. On an overcast night, muggy temperatures here. We're in Sparks, Maryland, some 20 minutes north of Baltimore, Charm City. There is rain in the forecast. Kenzie Kent has backed up Katie O'Donnell on the scoreboard to make it 2-all as Lizzie Colson fumbled it out of her cross at the tail end of this quarter. That's going to do it as we are through with 10 with Colson and Marino deadlocked at 2 apiece. So we'll step away, carry right along with more first half action in Game 8, Season 3 of Athletes Unlimited. Ever the cheerleader, Vera Shane rooting on her mates at Team Marino, here on ESPN. A tight-knit opening quarter between Team Marino and Team Colson. The 20 points for the first quarter will carry over to the second as a result of the 2-2 draw. O'Donnell and Kent, the last two on the boards for Team Marino, making the score 2-2. Joe Beninati, Courtney Martinez, Connor. We're joined right now by Melissa Merrick. She's the Senior Manager of Climate Impact Solutions for Aspiration. Melissa, thanks so much for spending some time with us. What message do you think Athletes Unlimited is sending to the sports world by becoming carbon neutral?
Sure, thank you for having me. Athletes Unlimited is just going above and beyond what any other sports league is doing in terms of sustainability. By becoming carbon neutral, Athletes Unlimited is setting the new gold standard for sports leagues. And this work is a true display of sustainability leadership and showing how sports can take meaningful action to tackle the climate crisis.
Melissa, how has Aspiration helped Athletes Unlimited become carbon neutral?
So Aspiration has helped Athletes Unlimited complete its first carbon footprint assessment, which looks at carbon emissions across all 5 of its leagues. And with that footprint, we continue to work with Athletes Unlimited to reduce their footprint and offset their unavoidable emissions with high-quality carbon projects. We've also helped develop 2 reforestation programs that engage fans as well as athletes, including the Planet Protection Program and in-game reforestation rewards, such as the Aspirations Assist Program for lacrosse, where we fund the planting of 10 trees with every assist.
Melissa, all of us appreciate the tree planting. I know that over the course of the 2 seasons plus, the commitment has been to plant over 10,000 trees. It's a great initiative. Tell us how it came about.
Yeah, so for Athletes Unlimited, we wanted to develop a program that engaged both fans and athletes. And we wanted to figure out a way to educate and empower both around sustainability and our message. And so we came up with this program to help incentivize certain behaviors, such as home runs and goals and aces among the athletes and for purchasing tickets. And with that, we've achieved a 10,000 tree milestone in 2022 and are well on our way to our 20,000 tree milestone in 2023.
Melissa, one more question for you. We hear you're a professional ultimate Frisbee player. Which Athlete Unlimited lacrosse player would you draft for your ultimate team?
That's right. So I play for the Arizona Sidewinders in the Western Ultimate League. And while any of these players would be an excellent addition into the ultimate field, I'd have to pick Allie Kennedy for her on-field positioning and speed. And I certainly wouldn't want to be playing against her.
Melissa, thanks very much. We sure do appreciate it and all that Aspiration does for Athletes Unlimited. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's Melissa Merrick, the Senior Manager, Climate Impact Solutions with Aspiration, our presenting sponsor tonight. We are 1 minute into the second quarter with the count level at 2 apiece. If you're just tuning in, Ali Mastriani, Andy Aldavi on the board for Team Colson in purple. Team Marino with strikes from O'Donnell and Kent, bringing that first quarter to a 2-2 draw. So this fourth quarter is worth 40 points after the carryover for whichever team scores the most goals in this frame.
Joe, not surprising yet again. Team Colson on defense with the quick double team, causing turnovers, disruption for the offense, making it difficult for them to get set in any offensive movement.
From the perimeter, it's Mastriani on the hop, defended by Moreau. Ohlmiller playing the two-person game, came off the screen. Ohlmiller looking for a cutter. Dorney is there with her. Great to see Kylie back in action this season. She missed all of 2022 Athletes Unlimited with a knee injury. Mastriani hit the post. She beat Marino, but that one rings the iron. A brand new 60-second shot clock for Team Colson.
As they look to slow things down a little bit, they're getting good looks at the goal. Kylie Ohlmiller, again, many players drawing a quick double team. Defensively, you can see that's what they're looking to do on Team Marino.
Couple of stops now for Marino. She made the denial there on Aldavi's blind backhanded flick. Wakefield directing traffic at the midline before she hands it off to Hannah Dorney. 2.5 minutes into quarter two. Earlier today, Team Apuzzo besting Team Reed in a tight one. This is Kenzie Kent operating below goal line. She tried to shovel there, looking for that two-point attempt. That new rule this season, trying to flick that one in from below goal line extended.
She's always so slick behind the goal with her moves. And Joe, I'm pretty positive that her first goal today, her foot was behind that goal line extended, which that's a two-pointer. First player we've seen do it this year, and the only player, Charlotte North. I thought it was going to take a diving move, but nevertheless, it can seem very unassuming, which is, I think, why they didn't even look to press and ask, is this a two-pointer? They weren't even aware of it themselves.
McCool on the go now court in a veteran matchup with O'Donnell. Marie McCool hoping to draw a double team there. Mastriani moving well, spins off of Moreau, comes back to her left, fires, rejected by Marino, standing tall in the cage. 3 saves already for Taylor. As you see the in-game leaderboard, just the players in purple and gold and how they've produced so far tonight. Charlotte North bluffs it, then fires for 2, stopped by Waters. A 5-point stop there, 5 points for every save for the goalies this season. On the outlet, short hop through midfield, McCool. Breezing in to the arc. Oldave took her eyes off of it. Garrett overran it. Levy has the ball from the sharp angle.
You just look at the quickness, the athleticism that defense was able to get in and stop that fast break transition from the offense.
Ohlmiller will take this one court, and a kneeling Marino makes another save. Her 4th in the first half alone. Marae Durkin to clear, rookie wearing 89 in the gold. Ray Durkin, who is so fond, she told us in the media day lead up to this season, of Gaelic football. Her dad, Shane, played on the Irish national team with Gaelic football. Totally a family affair for the Durkins.
Plays right into her defensive style. She said it's a fun, aggressive sport, her favorite sport, although she said not to tell anyone.
She did whisper that. She did whisper that. O'Donnell off the two-person game. Begging now for a cutter. Kent swooping behind the cage. Kenzie Kent bluffed over the back, fires and scores! A million moves from Kenzie Kent. She turns the light on.
You cannot give Kenzie space. They were giving her a moment, had a little behind the back fake, and nobody came and slid. So with that, she continued on her dodge. Kenzie Kent so slick with her stick as she has given the lead to Team Marino here in Athletes Unlimited on ESPN.
Kenzie Kent with the only goal in this second quarter. It's worth 40 points after the carryover tie first frame. 3-2 now for Team Marino. As we remind you, PLL games coming up Saturday on ESPN Plus, 6 and 8:30 Eastern. Sunday, the Water Dogs and the Archers, 3 Eastern on ABC at ESPN Plus, followed by the Whip Snakes and Chaos. That one only available on ESPN Plus. All games coming from the Dallas Cowboys Indoor Stadium in Frisco, Texas. Fans enjoying this one on a Thursday night. Charlotte North is wearing a microphone for us. We go into the game with Air National Guard.
Offensively, I feel like we're moving so much off ball, which is awesome, but if we spread out a little bit more on the perimeter, Kenzie will be more open in the middle, or just more of our off ball, like the sides will just be way longer, you know? I think it's how, wait, when they, so this happened our last game against Meg and Lizzie, they're zoning the two, so let's counter zone and just X and on top of the crease, so they have to decide. One of us will be open. Two of us there, the other one's occupying.
Charlotte North in a talkative mood, and apparently she's ready to talk with us as we get set for play to resume. The grade 88, how hot is it out there? It's a hot, muggy night,
hot.
isn't it?
It's pretty hot, yeah, and humid, but, you know, we love it. We love Thursday night lacrosse, so we're excited to be here.
Charlotte, we were listening in on that last huddle as you were giving direction. What makes this defense so tough to beat?
Oh, they have their matchups. Their footwork is incredible, and they're on a string when they slide. They're communicating well, especially back at X. So they have their eyes up. They're ready to have each other's backs when one defender gets beat. But we're trying to stretch them a little bit more. Trying to have our outlets come a little sooner once the double team goes, and then, you know, we'll start to see more shots on the backside.
Charlotte North, we have tremendous access to this great goal scorer, Athletes Unlimited, deserving special mention. Charlotte, we sure do appreciate it. You're a star player in this league. Stay with us. We're going to ride with your microphone now. So you play analyst, you play play-by-play announcer for us as we move along here in the second quarter.
Sounds good.
You're on live.
Yeah, yeah. Run it back. Ready for outlets. Yep. I got you. I got you. Hannah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Good job for Charlotte to be the outlet there.
Yes, Amy.
Moreau fires, and it is Waters to her knees for the denial.
Charlotte, I remember you talking about your brother and how he is one of your biggest critics as well as one of your biggest fans. What do you think he would be talking about right now with your team?
Sorry, what was that? Sorry, I missed you.
I was talking about your brother. I know he's one of your biggest fans as well as one of your biggest critics. He's always one of the first people that you talk to. What do you think he's going to discuss with you if he had the opportunity to be on the field?
Oh, he'd be pumped. He loves lacrosse. He's really getting into it at his age, and he'd probably tell me shoot a little sooner with my hands are free. But yeah, he's great. He loves lax, so I'm happy about it.
Free position shot here, Charlotte, for Andy Aldave. One-on-one against Marino. Rips and scores! Aldave does it again. Her second free position goal on the night.
Team Colson tying things up here in the second quarter. This is just the second goal. Team Marino with the first. Andy Aldave scoring back-to-back goals for her team. We have just about 3 minutes left in this quarter. Things are tied yet again, Joe. Players have talked about understanding the value of quarter-to-quarter win. Of course, everybody wants to have the overall win, but they know that 20 points can add up, and so far this quarter is worth 40.
Aldave from free position. She converted in the opening quarter. She does it again now in the second, which has 3:10 left in it. Just a reminder to stay with us between quarters 2 and 3. You'll hear from Kylie Ohlmiller, very popular attacker for Team Colson. In this 3-3 game, Team Colson canned its first 2 shots. They then went 0 for 6 before the Aldave strike. It's heavily in favor. The draw circle has been heavily in favor of Team Marino. 6 of the first 7 make it 7 of 8, with Van Thoff winning another. So the possession game favoring the team in gold.
No, not only is she winning that ball to where she wants, but Taylor Van Thoff, she has an incredibly big height advantage compared to many of the other draw takers on the field. So placing it where you want, again, with having that reach and the extension with your arms is a big, big advantage.
Back behind the cage, Kenzie Kent with it. Works a flip for O'Donnell. Spots Van Thoff. Then bring it out wide for Charlotte North. Our thanks again to Charlotte for spending so much time with us on this bounce shot over top of the goal, backed up by Ostholmen. They keep it hot. North inside the 2-point arc from the bad angle. That one rattles around and in. Charlotte North able to squeak that one through.
Charlotte North just talked about her brother, the advice that he gives her as soon as her hands are free, looking to fire that shot a little bit sooner. This time she did just that, squeaked right through the legs of Kaylee Waters. But they have now taken the lead, Taylor Marino and her team, off of the heels of Charlotte North.
Off of the hat-trick performance in her last activity of the weekend, the starting weekend. We remind you folks that you can get your tickets to the virtual Summer Fan Fest coming your way this weekend, the 31st. Joining the Unlimited Club, hear from your favorite players, experience some one-on-one meet and greets, giveaways, and much more. Join now for just $20 a year at auprosports.com/membership.
So many people wonder why Charlotte North is so capable on the field, or why she's that generational talent. Her drive, her passion, her dedication to the sport, but most importantly, that powerful shot not many keepers say they want to be in cage when she is shooting, because she can wind up, and she has probably the hardest shot in all of women's lacrosse.
Had some great spin on that last one, too, able to worm its way past Kaylee Waters. Under 2 minutes left in the second quarter. This second quarter that is worth 40 points. We were deadlocked at 2 after 1, so right now that Charlotte North goal has given Team Marino the advantage in the quest for 40. Moreau shifting gears with O'Donnell. O'Donnell carving in, crosses over, and Waters saw that very well. Sends away McCool on a fast break through midfield. Marie McCool closing. Aldave, keep it hot, Levy. Great work by Team Marino to get back and protect its captain. Slow break for Mastriani from the top. Trying to work between and get past Dorney, who held her. That's a foul. Should be Ali Mastriani with the free position shot. And Team Colson already 2 for 2 in that discipline. See if Marino can get a read on Mastriani this time around. Just about twilight time here at USA Lacrosse headquarters. Mastriani's going to pass up on the shot. McCool's feed was then blocked. Nice work there on the perimeter by Bosco, who does a little bit of everything at the defensive end. Levy floated over the top, McCone. The return pass will get away. That's a turnover. Back to Team Marino.
If Team Marino takes their time on this last possession, the shot clock will just about be done. And it's taking care of the ball. They're leading. They could get all 40 points right now as they are in the lead. First quarter points went to the second. So hold on to the ball and do not even attempt to take a shot until the final couple seconds.
Shot clock is turned off, Court. They can keep it for the balance and just walk away with those 40 points on the strength of leading this second quarter 2-1. Kenzie Kent taking it for a ride against Emma Trenchard, former National Defender of the Year out of North Carolina. Team USA World Champion on the back line just the same. She was a point guard in basketball, learned a lot of her footwork defensively, did Trenchard, in that sport, guarding other point guards. Ball down, final 5 seconds of this opening quarter. They dig for it on the sideline. It's goosed in by Mastriani, but that'll do it. After 2 quarters from USA Lacrosse headquarters, it's 4-3 Team Marino, and Team Marino gets the 40 points. The carryover from quarters 1 and 2.
Team Marino almost coughed that ball up, but their ride getting it back. They weren't able to take a final shot. Nevertheless, like you had mentioned, battling till the end. They went down 2-0 to start the game. However, coming up with a 1-goal lead as they head into half, they have to be happy with that. Adjustments, changes that they made on the field.
Ali Mastriani and Andy Aldave gave Team Colson the 2-0 lead, but 4 of the last 5 points on the board belong to Team Marino, the defending champion. Taylor, who won it all back in 2022 by all of just 16 points over Sam Apuzzo. Her squad has the lead at the halftime break by a 4-3 overall margin. We get started with halftime. Maria Trivalpiece is standing by with Kenzie Kent.
Kenzie, your team won both of those quarters. How important is that, especially as you continue to climb the leaderboard?
Yeah, I mean, our main focus this game was just to focus on the first quarter, and then the rest will come. So I think narrowing our focus into each quarter has helped a lot with the success.
2 goals for you already. What are you seeing offensively?
We're moving the ball really well. We're communicating really well, and everyone's just being a threat. So it's helping me get a little bit of space.
That goal behind the cage, talk to me a little bit about it. Were you going for 2 points? What was going through your mind?
No, honestly, no. I just saw a step behind the cage, and I was looking for the alley shot and saw my defender go behind me a little bit, so saw the opening.
You said about the focus of quarter by quarter. Going into the second half, how are you able to focus on those quarters as well?
Yeah, I think just doing the same thing. I mean, I know our team is working really hard. Our defense is standing on their head, so just trying to focus again just on this next quarter.
Kenzie, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Back to you, Joe.
Kenzie Kent, daughter of Jeff and Jen. 6 children in the family. Mom, Jen, the defensive coach at Boston College. Someone who has always pushed Kenzie to be her best. The kids are having a lot of fun on this Thursday night. We are at the halftime break. Stay right there. We'll hear from Kylie Oldmiller on the other side of the break with Team Marino in front. The action has simmered down after 20 minutes of play at USA Lacrosse HQ. One half complete for Team Marino and Team Colson on ESPN. Kylie Oldmiller, often she lets her play on the field do the talking, but occasionally a tattoo steals the stage.
So this tattoo is my sister's handwriting. I did the same thing in my handwriting. She has it on her foot. It says Dream On. So it's just a special sister tattoo, and you know, it's from the song that played in the movie Miracle. And we watched Miracle growing up all together, you know, playing sports and the night before games just to get pumped up. So really special.
Definitely have to have the right pump-up music, Kylie. Thanks for keeping us company at the half. When you return, we'll be keeping tabs on a full schedule of Athletes Unlimited lacrosse and softball. Plenty of fun this weekend on ESPN. Beautiful sun, just about to say so long for the day as we are at the half. Team Marino and Team Colson. Team Marino stealing all 40 points in the first and second quarters by that carryover, winning the second frame 2-1. Athletes Unlimited Sports all over ESPN this weekend. Week 2 of lacrosse, a pair of double dips Saturday and Sunday, both airing at 5 and 7:30 Eastern. Everybody in the pool for both games and a whole lot of ESPN2 on Saturday. Meanwhile, Athletes Unlimited softball set to begin. The games will start tomorrow. They play Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Best wishes to Deja Mulipola, Alyssa Denham, Haley McClenny, Shannon Rhodes, all of them captains in championship season number 4 of Athletes Unlimited softball. Folks, stick and stay, please. In just a few moments, I'll welcome Courtney Martinez-Connor back to the booth. We'll be breaking down highlights of tonight's game between Team Marino and Team Colson. Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse, presented tonight by Aspiration. We start a new work week with Athletes Unlimited every Thursday. Nice to have you on board. After 2 quarters tonight, Team Marino has the 4-3 lead over Team Colson. Joe Beninati and Courtney Martinez-Connor with you from USA Lacrosse headquarters. And Courtney, a low-scoring game. Does it catch you by surprise with all the offensive firepower on these 2 rosters?
You know, not surprised. Both of these teams are very evenly matched, but more importantly, they credit their defense, that tough, aggressive style that is making it hard for the opposing offenses.
Lizzie Colson's a captain who plays by that motto, play tough on D. Her team jumps on the board to get things started with Ali Mastriani.
Ali Mastriani got things started, and then Andy Aldave from the free position. But then Team Marino answered back. Katie O'Donnell with a sweeping dodge. Kenzie Kent working her magic from behind the cage at X. So back and forth play, left and right, and then Kenzie Kent got the first goal of the second quarter. But then once again, answering on the doorstep, Andy Aldave with another free position goal. And then to cap things off, Charlotte North taking matters into her own hands and giving the lead to Team Marino.
Courtney, this is a very close game after 20 minutes, yet when you look at the draw controls, you might expect it to be a different score.
You would. Generally, the team that has more draw controls is controlling the game. But again, with the tough defense involved, causing turnovers, it's turning into a bigger battle than what the draw controls reflect.
We have 20 minutes left to go in this one from Sparks, Maryland. Fans are having a great time. Future stars of the game practicing their handiwork as we get you set for the third right after this. For the last 5 points on the board belonging to Team Marino, Charlotte North, the last to strike, giving her gang in gold the 4-3 advantage after 2 quarters of play. Folks, listen up. Sunday night baseball matchups coming your way. The series finale between the Yankees and the AL East leading Orioles, taking place just down the road at Camden Yards. We see some fans of the black and orange in the stands here tonight. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Radio. Coverage beginning at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific, with baseball tonight, Sunday night countdown. Courtney, let's have a look at the players who've been doing the most on the board in this game. Leaderboard movers and shakers. Marie Durkin has the lead.
The final 7-10 are those 40 points from the overall quarter 1 and quarter 2. All the players above spots 1 through 6, they have those individual statistics, whether it's scoring goals, causing turnovers, making saves.
Beautiful sky over Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse, presented by Aspiration, our official climate finance partner. As we get going in quarter number 3, Team Marino's in the goal. Ooh, Bosco was hit up high. Abby Bosco, the impressive rookie. As we share time here with Maria Trivalpiece, who caught up with Lizzie Colson.
Despite trailing at the half, Lizzie Colson was pleased with the way that her team is playing. She said, our intensity is good, our communication is good, we're also getting good looks, but now in the second half, we just have to finish.
Maria, thank you. We know you have a busy day chasing the athletes around tomorrow. They'll be doing a lot of off-field activities. Maria will do her best to keep us abreast of all that action. Share a video piece or two over the weekend as North turns and scores. Back-to-back goals for Charlotte. It's 5-3.
I like Charlotte coming from behind the goal at X. Soon as she's dodging on captain Lizzie Colson, her stick was free out in front. You want to think of your stick having eyes. Get it as far away from your body. She knew that there was no slide coming from up above, so she's able to get it away from her body, create a large snap with her wrist. Again, it's all about having the space, and she had it on that last time. I love the fact when we talked with her earlier, it was, what would your brother say? You have your hands free, shoot the ball. That's what she's doing.
And she strikes. For every goal scored by an Athletes Unlimited lacrosse player, they get 12 points to their individual leaderboard total. North's second goal on the evening makes it a 2-goal advantage for Team Marino. Charlotte wore number 8 in college. She couldn't have that number 8 here in Athletes Unlimited. Katrina Geiger has it, so she went with 88. Of course, Charlotte from the Dallas, Texas area, a huge Cowboys fan. Some pretty good 88s have played wide receiver for the Cowboys, the likes of Drew Pearson and Michael Irvin and Des Bryant, and nowadays C.D. Lamb. This is Oldmiller on the go. Floats that one behind the back to the interior. McCool digging for it, but out of the pack, it comes up for Team Marino. Dorney blazing a path back to the offensive end. In Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse, there's a 60-second shot clock. Play the game 10-on-10, 6-on-6 at this end of the field. There is an 8-meter arc. It's a 2-point goal key. Score with both feet behind that arc. You get 2 for the team and 16 for yourself. Van Thoff playing it out there on the wing. Kent badgered all the way by Colson. Anybody who's ever coached or captained Lizzie says she's just a firecracker out there, and there she forces another turnover.
She is relentless, and she is not causing that turnover against just anyone. Kenzie Kent, who already has 2 goals on the night, an excellent stick handler.
This bid partially blocked, easy pickings for Taylor Marino. Marino, the defending champion, 442 points to start last week. She began this week on top. It was Sam Apuzzo who overtook her. Apuzzo's team beating Team Reed earlier in the day in the first of our doubleheader action from Sparks. 2.5 minutes into quarter 3. Van Thoff playing catch with O'Donnell. Off the split dodge from right to left. Not going to shake Lindsay McComb. Dorney picked up by McCool. Shot clock's at 20. Kenzie Kent skips in there, gets checked by Colson, and that forced the ball away. Once again, the captain of the team in purple doing her thing defensively, and that's no ordinary defense back there. That's Colson, Dowdy, Trenchard, and Geiger.
That is a very veteran defense. Again, we talk about offense so much, all the firepower that's on the field. But when you think of what defense is able to accomplish, both sides, both teams' defenses, just 4 goals and 2 goals, or 5 and 3 now, respectively. That's some tough work. They're certainly moving their feet. They're working as a unit. They're making the job of the offense so incredibly difficult.
Marie McCool on the hop. Shaded there by O'Donnell. Traded off defensively. Mastriani bluffed the 2. Oldmiller shifting gears. Then McCool. 6 seconds to shoot. Marie McCool with some get up and go. She doesn't realize it though. This is a shot clock violation against Team Colson, and working quickly, it's Moreau. Amy Moreau wasted no time. Fast break. Feed, Kent, one more. Holman didn't hit pay dirt there. Water shuffled over.
And that's another cause turnover for Lizzie Colson, captain, as she ran that ball out at the end line. She is just very aware of her surroundings.
Every cause turnover is a plus 14 for the player who receives credit.
Right, better than a goal being scored. When you think about defense, oftentimes they have to react to what the attacker's doing. The best defenders force the attackers to do what they want, and that's Lizzie Colson's game right there.
Oldmiller off the Levy screen. McCone backpedals away. Dorney is there defensively. We approach 5 minutes left in the third. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Nice anticipation by Marino. She jumps out of the cage, made the steal, then lost the ball on the sideline. Bumped there, pushed by McCone. Should be, Team Marino ball. Timeout on the field. Taylor Marino's squad asking for the time. With 4:47 to go in quarter three, we'll step aside, get you back for more fun under the lights with Athletes Unlimited. (5-3) for Team Marino. The lone goal in this third quarter comes from Charlotte North. She has 2 in the action tonight. We'll let you know about our next WNBA game on ESPN Sunday afternoon. East Coast, West Coast matchup. Brianna Stewart and the Liberty against Nneka Ogwumike and the Sparks at 4 Eastern and 1 Pacific. Coverage tipping with WNBA Countdown at 3:30 Eastern and 12:30 Pacific. Third quarter action, a 5-3 lead for the team in gold as we go into the game with Ali Mastriani.
Yeah, why not right now? We hit a pass, the second it goes, step up back, and then you guys go. Try to hit it.
Just catch, be strong.
With you. We're okay, we're good. I'm with you, I got it. Hey, I'm under you, step up. I got you. Damn it, they just keep getting in the way. That was so unlucky, like 2 times. They were just perfectly in my way.
Ali Mastriani anticipating the final 4 minutes and 47 seconds of the third with her team trailing by 2. Just a reminder, folks, from the promo department, for every assist during this year's Athletes Unlimited lacrosse season, Aspiration is committed to planting 10 trees. As we were heading into week 2, the lacrosse athletes recording 42 helpers. That means 420 trees are committed to be planted with the help of their assists. Caroline Wakefield set to get going for Team Marino in the gold. Team Marino squares off with Team Reed on Saturday. That's a 7:30 p.m. start. You can see that one on ESPN2. Team Colson's next game, they tangle with Team Apuzzo. Saturday afternoon, 5 p.m. That game also on ESPN2. Joe and Courtney up top. Maria's your sideline reporter. Tip of the cap to all the men and women in our technical crew for all their efforts today and for the weekend ahead as Moreau speeds in, looking for Kenzie Kent. She tries to hang up Emma Trenchard halfway through the shot clock. O'Donnell played collegiately at Penn State. Working in against McCone. Bad angle, rattles it around and in. O'Donnell advancing her own leaderboard totals.
Katie O'Donnell, such a competitive, physical, and she gets so incredibly chippy and excited on the field. Love to watch her intensity. She just took on her defensive player with the head of steam, got a step on her, fired up. And as we take a listen, fired up, like she said, let's go. Katie O'Donnell extending a lead, doubling the score, 3-6 for Team Marino.
Sometimes the sound of the post is a good sound for a goalie court, sometimes not so helpful, as O'Donnell rings that one in. She started the scoring for Team Marino. She has capped it at the moment, and it is 3 unanswered for the team in gold. Some 5 minutes after the North strike, it is Team Marino in control of quarter 3 in the quest for those 20 points. As we get back inside the draw circle, a statistical category that's been dominated by Team Marino tonight. Van Thoff and Mastriani. Mastriani ends that suspense and then pops it for McCool.
Looking at the leaderboard, every player in gold is continuing to move up the leaderboard. Those in purple not that far behind. Again, it's still a low-scoring game. So they have opportunities here in the third, fourth quarter, the overall win.
Mastriani powers her way inside that 8-meter key. Moreau there defensively. Fiedler working the outside, number 6 in the purple. Then McCool. Worked over by Wakefield. Levy likes to operate at X, back behind the cage. Angles in on a sneak attack here. Elected not to shoot. Shot clock is at 3. McCool, from the bad angle, sent it wide, and possession belongs to Team Marino.
You know, you see what Team Colson is trying to do. Their challenges from X, looking for those feeds inside. Nicole Levy, while she does have great vision on the field, I do miss seeing her at those elbow positions where she can fire the ball. She has an incredibly hard shot herself.
Team Marino relying on Kenzie Kent here back behind the cage. Kent operating, Trenchard waiting for her. Van Thoff to the lane. Switch it back for Garrett, who played collegiately at Michigan. Charlotte North looking for the hat trick. North against Colson. North fires and Waters makes the save. All 3 players in that one fray, all Team USA gold medalists. 9 stops now for Waters between the pipes. McCool looking to the interior. Levy gets sandwiched and knocked down to the deck.
There have been a lot of free positions for Team Colson in purple. They scored on 2 already, made a pass off of another. This is going to be their 4th one of the game. And Nicole Levy, again, I talked about her shooting capability, very precise. Expect a power shot here, potentially a 2-point effort.
She scored 7 twos in the first season of Athletes Unlimited. She did not shoot there. She finds Oldmiller. Oldmiller off the roll dodge. Dorney matching up, goal line extended. Dorney then fouling Oldmiller. And on her way, in fact, with a yellow card. This will be player up for Team Colson.
Now, I can't imagine that Kylie Oldmiller is going to be taking this shot. She'll want to hold possession. They are a player up. Much easier to find that open player than taking that free position shot with 2 collapsing players on either side.
Courtney, in the quarter point breakdown, the race for those 20 points in the third, Team Marino has a 2-0 advantage over Team Colson, so a potential 2 could nudge us into a carryover again. Free position Oldmiller. They have been cold for the last 11 plus. Started off 2 for 2 shooting. Now a drought that's closing in on 12 minutes. Oldmiller waits. Fiedler, and around the horn we go. It's Levy, skip it. Mastriani, Fiedler. Long range, McCool elected not to take it. Halfway through the shot clock. Mastriani working right down the lane, she scores!
Oftentimes it can just be that simple, looking to penetrate the defense. Since they were a man-down defense, they were moving, working in a zone-style defense. Ali Mastriani just dodging through. And again, they're used to just shifting, turning. Their sticks are in the passing lane. And she broke that seal just by a simple dodge through traffic. Nobody put a body on her. Incredibly smart by number 21, Ali Mastriani.
Folks, everyone loves to rep Athletes Unlimited. You can too. Be sure to check out all the great gear, including the new AU Lacrosse player name and number tees. Go to shop.auprosports.com and get yours today. Mastriani has a 2-goal game, her second multi-goal game of this season. As far as the in-game leaders are concerned, mostly gold players on that board, save for team captain Lizzie Colson right there at 60. Those 20 leaderboard points are on the line now with 70 seconds to go. In this third quarter, Marino has a 2-1 lead and the ball. Alex Ost-Holman, 34 in gold. Courtney, I know you've grown fond of pickleball. Alex Ost-Holman says that pickleball has taken over her family proceedings.
And of Athletes Unlimited, they're going to have a little tournament amongst all of the players. So many of them multi-sport athletes when they were growing up in high school, some even at the collegiate level, like Kenzie Kent.
One form of competition or another. Garrett ducking away from a check. Her pass gets away. 30 seconds to go in this third quarter. To the interior, Kent flicks for Ost-Holman. One more there. Ooh, punishing hit there inside the arc that flattened Garrett as Meg Dowdy is away to the races with time a-wasting. Dowdy powering her way towards the 8-meter arc. McCool outside. Marie McCool looking for the trailer. Mastriani right up the gut on the bouncer that didn't get through. That'll do it for 3 quarters in Sparks, Maryland, with Team Marino in front 6-4, and Team Marino winning the third quarter 2-1. So we are headed for the fourth, with fans having a great time in the stands. Charlotte North has a couple of goals. This game is back and forth on the teeter-totter. Down the stretch with you after this. Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse on ESPN, sponsored by Aspiration, a global leader in financing climate impact. Pictures of Team USA's incredible defense from the World Games of 2022, featuring the likes of Dowdy and Trenchard and Colson, all of them reassembled to defend for Team Colson in this week 2 of Athletes Unlimited. 4 players, not including the captain, who have been outstanding in their amateur and professional days.
Members of USA team who won gold last summer, Dowdy, Trenchard, and their captain, Lizzie Colson. But Katrina Geiger, again, started as a midfielder who worked her way onto the defensive end at Loyola and carried that prowess here at Athletes Unlimited. She's already been awarded an MVP point in previous games for her great play on the defensive end. Love seeing that group of 4.
Lizzie Colson has been hungry for the lacrosse ball. She's forcing turnovers left and right at her defensive end.
Her footwork, her physicality, her toughness, and again, she's going against the best players in the world. She makes it look easy, all over the hands, never giving space to any of these players, and she's just fearless on the field. You see her run through that ground ball as if her life depended on it. And again, the turnovers that she is able to generate with her play on the field due to being visible.
Lizzie Colson's squad trailing by 2. Before we start the 4th quarter, we're going to chat with Charlotte North. Charlotte, listen up. With a score now 6-4 in favor of your side. What's made the difference to this point in the game? Play analysts for us.
I think we're playing together. We're capitalizing on our momentum. You see, we have a lot of energy and we love playing together. So the better team ball we play, the more goals we're going to score, the more stops we're going to make on defense. And I think we're translating, momentum from the stops that are coming down there all the way through the offensive end, and it's been a lot of fun.
Charlotte, in week 1, Team Marino always had low-scoring wins. What do you think that attributes to?
Incredible defense. I mean, you see the stops they're coming up with down there. They're playing as a unit, and Taylor's coming up with amazing stops as well. But our defense is shutting down their matchups, and they're sliding on a string, and they're able to really jump plays that they see that are really high risks. But they're being rewarded for it because their IQ is off the charts.
Charlotte North, we definitely appreciate it. Thank you. Best wishes in the 4th. Charlotte wearing the IFB and the mic all the time, all season. This is a star player who's in a quest for a championship, trying to earn her own leaderboard points, and she's giving us tremendous access. As the 4th quarter gets underway, Team Marino's in gold. Team Colson in the purple. Earlier today, Team Apuzzo besting Team Reed in a tight one. Draw control for Team Marino as it comes up for Vanthof. Little protest was put on by Ali Mastriani. As Team Marino settles in for a 6-on-6, we're about to have a chair chat with the Team Marino defender, Emma Whiteman. Emma, so far, how are you enjoying your first season as a pro?
Oh, it's been awesome. I mean, I love playing under the lights, so this game tonight is super exciting. We've gotten now 2 quarter wins, so it's been a good night.
Now, I know you are into medicine and the sciences. How do you manage to do that as well as be a pro lacrosse player?
I mean, I love having something to do that keeps me in check all the time. I'm always constantly studying. I'm actually supposed to be studying for the MCAT while I'm here playing during my off time, but I was just coaching at AU Futures these past 3 days, so that's been super fun. So tomorrow maybe I'll get into studying. You
better. A research analyst at Boston Children's Hospital. I know you're hoping to attend medical school, and we wish you the very, very best. When you watch Team Colson operate here at this end, what's most important for the defender shaping up in front of Taylor in cage?
Oh my gosh, I think we're having an awesome night. Our aggression is great. I think we've had a great night. We've only had goals off of 8-meter shots and the man down, so we've had a good night. We just got scored on. But.
Yeah, that's okay. And you can talk about that too if you'd like. Mastriani has got to be one tough cover.
Oh my gosh, she is one of the best. So yes, definitely.
Now your playing days at the collegiate level, you were able to cause so many turnovers. We see it here in Athletes Unlimited as well. What makes a kind of defender where you can disrupt things?
I mean, coming from playing basketball and soccer growing up, it's helped with IQ plays, knowing the next play, always constantly thinking about where the pass is going ahead of time. That just is one of the things I think helps me the most.
Emma, when I look at your resume, I see time at Florida, time at USC. You like this kind of weather, don't you?
I love it. This is what I live for. So yes, I love the humidity, the heat. This is my favorite type of weather to play in.
You definitely got that tonight.
Yes.
Now we understand team chemistry happens on and off the field. New teams were drafted. What have you guys been able to do to kind of connect off of the field?
I mean, I think I've been on gold all 3 drafts so far, so the defense is pretty similar for me. We have like a couple new faces, but I think we all mesh together well. We kind of all have high IQs as defenders here, so it's been great, like getting to play with so many different people.
Emma, thanks so much for the knowledge, and get back to studying anatomy, will you?
Thank you.
Emma Whiteman on her way to medical school with a stop as a professional lacrosse player with Athletes Unlimited. As we near the 3-minute mark of the 4th quarter, this is a 1-point game. Courtney, very similar to the matchup between Apuzzo and Reed earlier in the day that started Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse on ESPN. Dorney directing traffic. She wants O'Donnell to come to the ball. Katie lost it out of her cross, and Marie McCool comes rocketing back, looking for a transition play for Team Colson.
Again, dispossessing the offensive player. The defenses at both ends. I know we keep talking first about Team Marino, but then Team Colson, the same thing. Their captain, obviously, having numerous caused turnovers. And then we just heard all about what it takes to be a quality defensive player, working together as a team. So we may see that as an individual stat, but they're able to take risks due to those behind them.
Moreau peeking out at McCool. Shot clock's at 20. Change the point of attack now for Ohlmiller. Kylie surveys. McCone bluffed the 2-point shot. Puts the big face dodge on, then flips to McCool. Shot clock's at 7. McCool from the angle. That one rattles around and out. Caught a piece of the post on the way past Marino. Ball down, and out of the pack comes Moreau.
I love to see her speed, her quickness, whether it's getting a ground ball or running out the shot. She has done an outstanding job of just using that athleticism to outrun the opponent.
Mairead Durkin on the clear. Her friends, her teammates call her Matey. Number 89 helping Marino get to the offensive end. Get the ball into the cross of Kenzie Kent. Kent, who had a couple of goals in the opening half. Isolating here. Waits to get underneath on Trenchard, and at the doorstep, Waters was waiting. Kaylee Waters, who's gone the distance for Team Colson. She's backed up by Sarah Resnick. Taylor Marino end-to-end for her gang. Mira Shane is her understudy in the nets for the team in gold. 11 saves for Waters. It's been a brilliant performance, and Kaylee wasn't all that dominating the first time around in week 1.
You know, oftentimes you're just getting used to things, and I think anybody can have an off week, but an off week for a player who's used to just dominating as she did so much in season 1 and season 2. This is more like the Kaylee Waters that we've seen in past years. So shifty as she runs for those ground balls. She knows when to react, and she gets involved in the play outside of the crease, and I love that. Not every keeper is willing to do that.
Ohlmiller, Courtney ran right into the heart of the defense. Now Dorney goes the other way. Dorney off the flip. Nice overplay. Guess who? Lizzie Colson on the steal. Blockbuster night for the captain of the team in purple. Colson on the go. Aldave quick to Levy. Levy flashes that one. It's turned away. Marino is waiting at the post. And then she runs it out on the end line, which is a caused turnover, plus 14 for Marino.
Listen, I'd like to see Lizzie Colson run some midfield just as we saw her do last summer with Team USA. She has the capability of scoring goals as well. She's doing it on the defensive end. She's leading her team, which is great, but I'd like to see her help them put up some offensive numbers, make them have to slide to her.
Leaderboard continuing to file on by. You follow your favorite players. 56 of the best in the world here with Athletes Unlimited. They'll crown one champion on August 13th. Back behind the cage, it's North playing hide and seek with Meg Dowdy. North turns. Here comes the double. Gets it out of her cross to Kenzie Kent. Less than 4 minutes to go in the 4th. Long range. Score! A rocket ship from Charlotte North.
Listen, all I need to know, is this 2 points? Were her feet outside of the line? Because she has a rocket shot if I have ever seen one. She freezes her defender right there. Power, tenacity, and placement for Charlotte North.
(7-5) for the moment, although there is a question as to what the score is. We'll get to that in just a second with 3:43 to go in the fourth. We remind you about this weekend's PLL games beginning Saturday, ESPN Plus 6 and 8:30. Sunday, Water Dogs Archers 3 Eastern on ABC and ESPN Plus, followed by Whip Snakes and Chaos. You'll see that one on ESPN Plus. All the games coming from the Ford Center in Frisco, Texas. The reason we are hesitant to give you the score, the question is whether or not Charlotte North deserved a 2-point goal for her most recent long-range bid. She was very close to the 8-meter key as we share a look at what the officials are looking at. Both feet must be completely behind the arc.
And they were. The ball was out of her stick, I believe, once that left foot went down. So it's out of her stick, and then her left foot comes down. Done. 2 point.
Official Courtney Martinez-Connor has made the call. Now we'll wait for table official Lynn Bowers to agree or disagree. Lynn Bowers, number 5 in the officiating black jersey there, will make the assessment. Officials tonight, Patty Kletcher-Porter, Ronnie Anton, Devin Holcomb, and Liz Brush, with Lynn operating at the table. Now, they do get looks that are different than what we may provide you. There are additional looks for the officials to check out. The point of question was whether or not North had both feet behind the arc when the ball came out of her cross. If so, it would be a 2-point goal and 16 points for Charlotte on her individual leaderboard tally. Going to take another peek at it as North chats with Alex Ost-Holman.
The right foot outside of the line. As she releases, it looks like her left foot is not down yet. See the ball flying out of her stick at incredible velocity.
And at that time, you're saying the only point of contact was the foot, the right foot that was behind the arc.
Absolutely.
Which is why you immediately said 2. We are in the middle of a lengthy delay, a challenge, a review. Team Colson, all eyes on the timekeeping table, and Lynn Bowers coming over to share her deliberation with Catherine Conway and Tia Schindler, the respective facilitators for these two squads. That's Conway, who's a facilitator for Team Colson, chatting with Lynn Bowers. The decision's been rendered after Mastriani's third goal of the game made it 6-5. This is the North strike, and the question is whether or not it is 8-5 or 7-5. They are giving it a 2-point goal. They are crediting it as a 2, and as a result, the Moreno lead goes to 8-5. Charlotte North, who led Athletes Unlimited in 2-point goals a season ago, who picked up a 2-point goal in week 1 in a very unconventional way from below the goal line. That's more of her speed with a rocket-like shot. Charlotte is joining us. Charlotte, did you think that was a 2 all the way?
I'm not sure. We were pushing for it because we thought my foot was over the line before I released it. But glad the film review confirmed.
Listen, you sold me. You had your hands up for 2. I said it was 2.
Just, throwing it up there, hoping that it was.
Charlotte, you said be loud, be proud. So be proud of that kind of work. Well done.
We're excited. We're hoping to win this quarter, win the game.
8-5 for Team Moreno in gold, and Charlotte has the hat trick and counting with 3.5 to play in the 4th. Alex Ost-Holman will control things. Team Moreno has the 3-point advantage. You would imagine they'll try to shrink the game clock now.
Slow it down as much as you can. They have a 3-goal lead. Take as much of the 60 seconds as you can. There's absolutely no need to rush. No need to take an iffy shot. Be patient.
North's pass there was not a good one. It's an intercept and a takeaway for Team Colson, as McCool looks for some breathing room through midfield. Marie McCool waiting to balance up with a rookie midfielder, Sam Fiedler.
It's tough to be patient when you have Lizzie Colson tracking you down if you're an offensive player, but you really got to spread them out. Make them come after you and play you, and if Lizzie's coming after you, hold up.
TT Nazlonsky from the top, the rookie lets it fly, and that's snared by Marino. TT Nazlonsky, the all-time points leader at Rutgers, running into the brick wall named Marino. And now Bosco looks to clear.
I think TT had the best quote during media day. She said, "Teamwork is the foundation of success." And we see such incredible teams put together throughout this entire Athletes Unlimited. This is just week 2. But I also remember Lizzie Colson saying she had sweaty palms during the draft, but she put quite the defensive unit together. Very hard to do, to put teammates together with chemistry.
North turns the corner and scores, finding the open goal. Charlotte North having herself a huge game.
Mira Sheen, her teammates celebrating things on the sideline. She is always one to get things going. Charlotte North, that little step, the hesitation. I mean, she is embracing the contact right now. Very hard to do when you are under that much pressure. As she was wrapping that stick around, defensive, not 1 but 2 players sliding to her after she beat Meg Dowdy on that initial dodge at X. But Charlotte North, calm and composed as she has extended the lead by 4.
Charlotte North, who has the single game goal scoring record. She had 6 in a game against Team Johansson last season. Folks, you're invited to play in the all-new Fantasy Pick'em League for free. Compete all season long for a chance to win a United Club Gold membership, signed goalie gloves. Sign up today at auprosports.com/fantasy. Charlotte North having a huge second half, helping her team, Team Marino, to the 9-5 advantage, and more importantly here, draw control with less than 90 seconds to go. Van Thoff bringing it ahead along with Dorney. Team Marino gets a shot at Team Reed on Saturday. That'll be 7:30 on ESPN2. Hope to have you with us. Team Colson will square off with Team Apuzzo. That's the first game of the doubleheader, 5 p.m. Saturday, also on ESPN2. Look forward to bringing you along for games 9 and 10 of 24 this season. Marinos, Kenzie Kent goes back behind for North. Under a minute to play. Team Apuzzo, a winner earlier in the day. Team Marino ready to follow suit. This long shot blocked down. Colson with a takeaway, sends it on out. Time to run for Geiger. Maslonsky returns it. Off the roll on the shovel. Marino made the save. Bad angle. Aldave did not convert. Final 17 seconds of this one. Taylor Marino helping her own cause with 9 stops in this game. Puts a BB out there for Moreau, and time is going to expire. Charlotte North kicking into gear for Team Marino and leading them to the winner's circle by the final of 9-5.
Stellar play by Team Marino. They were really gelling offensively throughout each quarter, steady eddies as they scored 2, 3 goals each and every time, never letting Team Colson go on any large runs. Overall, strong team effort from the goalkeeper all the way out to the offensive side.
So dejection on the face of Team Colson, the gang in purple, falling tonight by the final count of 9-5. Just a reminder to stay there with us. We'll have more on the other side of the break, talk with a couple of the heroes, including Charlotte North, when we would continue with Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse, presented by Aspiration. Team Marino wins the overall game 9-5. They take the fourth quarter as well. You see the 20 points banked. A big, big day for everybody in gold. All 14 players on the roster. This one's in the books, 9-5 for the defending Athletes Unlimited champ. Folks, our next ESPN WNBA game, Sunday afternoon, East Coast, West Coast matchup. Brianna Stewart and the Liberty against Nneka Ogwumike and the Sparks at 4 Eastern and 1 Pacific. Coverage tipping with WNBA Countdown at 3:30 Eastern and 12:30 Pacific. In this game today, Team Marino relied upon a huge second half performance from Charlotte North.
Charlotte North, such a generational talent. She has such a drive and passion for the game, and you can see it in her play. Always challenging, taking on her defensive player from different positions. She scored with a huge windup. She dodged from X. She got her defensive positioning and was able to take advantage of that. Charlotte North always changing up what she's doing on the field.
Down to Maria Tribal-Peace with Charlotte North.
Charlotte, you were praising your defense earlier in the game. How important were they tonight?
They were critical. I mean, Taylor came up with insane stops in the cage. You see Caroline Wakefield, Abby Bosco, and the whole unit coming up with incredible cause turnovers, and that was our momentum. We tried to build off that on the offensive end.
You certainly did on the offensive end. Talk to me about that 2-point goal. What were you seeing?
I mean, our offense was doing a great job of moving the ball tonight. Our midfielders were dodging hard. They were causing mismatches. They were beating their matchups. Katie O'Donnell specifically, she was, a force out there on the offensive end, and it just got everyone moving and shifting, and I think we played great team offense tonight.
Absolutely, that offense was consistent. Why does that become so critical, especially when you're trying to win quarters?
It's insanely critical, and I think that we try to do a good job of balancing the shot clock and possessing the ball, but also trying to get a lot of shots off because we want a high volume of shots on cage, and I think we did a great job of slowing it down when we needed to, but then pushing the pace when we could.
You come out with that first win. How important is it to win the first game of the weekend?
It's super important for confidence, and we have a day off tomorrow, and to come back out on Saturday and assess, the things we could have been better at tonight, because there were some things, turnovers and miscommunications and whatnot, but, we're going to use that, and we're going to build off it come Saturday and Sunday.
We look forward to seeing you on Saturday and Sunday. Charlotte, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Back to you.
Charlotte and Maria, we appreciate it. Hot, sticky, humid night here in Sparks, Maryland, about 30 minutes or so, 20 minutes or so north of Baltimore. Mira Shane getting some refreshments. She and her mates victorious, a 9-5 victory. And Courtney, when we look at the players in this game alone, just in this matchup between Marino and Colson, these are the players who moved the most on the leaderboard. Taylor Marino again. Look at that in one game.
Not surprised at all. Every single quarter they won. That's 20 points times 4. And then the overall win of 45. And then you look at the defenders. Durkin, Bosco, Wakefield, they were doing their job on the defensive end, causing turnovers and then starting the offense for their team. So not surprised that they are also up towards the top. Mira Shane, number 9, she didn't even get in the game, but she is a huge piece of the sideline, and she walks away with 127 points. That's the team effort.
Courtney, another chance for us to hear from the victors. Maria Tribal piece with Taylor Marino.
Taylor, you get the first win of the weekend. How does it feel?
It feels really good. The team came out really, really strong. We communicated well and honestly played really, really well as a team. So those guys definitely had fun out there, which is what the goal was at the end of the day.
Charlotte North definitely looked like she was having some fun out there. Talk to me about her play. Why is she so impressive?
Yeah, I think she draws a lot of attention. She has a great stick, great shot, and I think she's crucial for us on the offensive end. So I think getting the ball in her hands and really trying to have everybody work off of that was definitely the game plan going into it. But hopefully we can continue to build off of that and obviously build off of her strengths.
Your defense was also very impressive tonight. What did you like the most from them?
They communicated really well. It was almost like they kind of knew what each other was going to do before it happened, which obviously makes my job a lot easier. And honestly, for us, I think settled-wise, we held them really, really well. Only gave a couple man up on 8 meters and whatnot. So I'm really, really proud of the way that they played, and they definitely held us to that game.
Taylor, thank you so much.
Absolutely, thank you.
Of course, back to you, Joe.
Taylor Marino, the ultimate stopper for her gang in gold as they make some friends with some autographs and share a few smiles. Photo moment, I'm sure, for the athletes here at USA Lacrosse headquarters. A final in the books for Team Marino by the margin of 9-5. Tune in Saturday, 5 Eastern on ESPN2. You'll see more Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Coming up next, though, on ESPNU, we're taking you back to an NCAA semifinal matchup between Denver and Northwestern. For Courtney Martinez-Connor, for Maria Tribal Peace, for all the men and women in our crew, Joe Beninati, thanks for your time. Team Marino, follow the North Star.